note that the audio for this video has been filmed after the creation of the video. Sorry for any inconveniences that this may pose. Hello and welcome, this is Politique Revolutionary, here to today with Europa in Versailles for Mare Nostrum. So today I will be creating a Basileus achievement guide. First of all, you want Hungary to be rivaled to the Ottomans, mutual rivals, hopefully. In addition, you want Serbia or Wallachia to not be rival to you. In this case, neither of them are rival to me. However, Wallachia is rivaled with Hungary, so I will ally Serbia. You'll rival the Ottomans, since you can do that since 1.16. It's been there since 1.16. You'll take a diplomatic reputation advisor, which will cost only 0.9 ducats because of your ability. Set military focus, delete the fort in Moria, and you will reclaim Iana, or Epirus, as it's properly called for Greeks. So go to the nobility, call a diet, and demand military support. This will allow you to get Tech 4 before the Ottomans. So then make your ruler and heir generals. Our ruler's really awful, but so is our heir. At least it has 4 maneuver. So yes, take your army and then transfer it to Achaia. Then take your barks and mothball them. You and your galleys. You'll need both of them for gaining that bonus to an alliance with Hungary, since Hungary is coastal. So improve relations with Hungary, improve relations with Serbia in order to try to get the alliance with them. Serbia or Wallachia, both of them will work. Unpause the game, move to speed 3. And yes, so you're just going to be waiting. So on the 12th of December, we'll be able to ally Serbia. So this will prevent the Ottomans from attacking us first, and it will also give us very much needed troops. So now we're just waiting again. Move to speed 5. Refuse any royal marriages that come from Serbia and such. You're likely going to betray them, so they're not exactly needed. So go to Hungary, ask for military access. Once all your troops are in Achaia, then transport your troops from Achaia to Laika. You will be declaring war from Hungary, or you will be receiving a war declaration from Hungary. So improve relations with Bosnia. You'll want an alliance with them as well. Just in case the Ottomans do attack you, you have 7k extra troops. So we're losing a bit of money right now, not too significant. So gain more soldiers, some more military points. So from now we'll be able to get the tech for Pike Square in 1450, November 1450. Fortunately, the Ottomans are going to get it soon afterwards because of their their military 6 leader. So move your army to Thames and check on if Hungary will ally you. Hungary is going to be your main ally. The only reason why you wouldn't use Poland and Lithuania is that even if they're rivaled to the Ottomans, they do not desire any Ottoman land, so you cannot call them in anything but a defensive war declaration, or on an offensive, but that would take 10 years. You're not going to wait 10 years. By the time that 10 years come around, you're going to, by the time that 10 years have passed, Poland is going to be behind in tech compared to the Ottomans, and that is something that is not acceptable. Hungary usually ends up behind in tech, but not significantly behind as Poland is. watched my Big Blue Blob achievement run, then you would have seen that. Anyways, we're getting close to our alliance with Hungary. This will help us very much. They chose a very good regent, which is good. And we should... okay, we can get in our alliance now. So we're allied to Hungary. They should offer a royal marriage soon. And let's see if we can ally Bosnia. There's the royal marriage. Bosnia should come soon enough. Making a pitiful amount of money, but it's still something. Anyways, let's start selling our ships. Since we are already allied to Hungary, we can begin selling our ships to the Mamluks and such, because we don't need that bonus to of having a strong navy, strong quote unquote, because we already allied Hungary, and navy is a factor when allying nations. Though in the case of Hungary, if you have a Diplo Rep advisor, it shouldn't be a problem, but it might be. It all depends. So ally Bosnia now. Now we have a very good support. The Ottomans will almost definitely not attack us, but there's always a chance that they will. So let us sell some ships to our own vassal, Athens. We can only get 31. It's better than 30. 1 extra ducat. You never know. That could be the difference between bankruptcy and not going bankrupt. Aragon won't accept any ships. Naples probably won't either. So sell them to Serbia. Normally you can't do this because of the fact that Serbia usually rivals you. But in this situation you can. So now let's buff up our stability and increase our development. You always want to be spending monarch points in Constantinople in order to increase your development to a very reasonable size. So improve relations with Hungary. Why not, really? You have no reason to not. So if your relations with Serbia maxes out, then just improve relations with Poland and Austria. These major powers are probably going to ally after you win your first war against the Ottomans. Venice is not going to become your ally though, that's for certain. So now that we have a bit of money, let us build an army worthy of Byzantium in Achaia and Morea. Don't build it in Constantinople because you don't have your 6 transports there anymore. So recall that and then send it to Poland, or Poland-Lithuania, since they did choose to get their personal union. So form up the troops in Achaia. The Ottomans might attack us. They do have 15k troops next to our border. And we're going to get Pike Square Tech in December 1450, so in 3 years. 3 years time. Unmothball our fleet and transport to Laika. I apologize if any of this is kind of juttering because of speed 5. Hopefully this strategy is still there though. So once our fleet gets to Achaia, we'll mothball it. Let's combine our troops in Thames. And don't assign our leader yet, because as soon as you assign a leader, their death clock begins counting. Like they get double the chance of dying. And although our king is kind of bad, he still has 2 siege, which will be which can be vital in a war. So our fleet is repairing. That is not what we want. We want to mothball it. And yes, set root out corruption to 0, even though we're paying nothing. Fleet maintenance to 0, even though that doesn't change anything. And then reduce army maintenance. So the Ottomans have declared war on Delkadir, so I can't remember who that is. Okay, so that's the wait one. Delkadir doesn't pose any threat to the Ottomans. They'll easily just destroy them. So let's fire a Diplo rep advisor. We don't really need him. We can take a military advisor later on, national manpower preferably, since we do have that money. But chances are that with reinforcement we will be we won't have the money to do such things. So increase development once again. We can't exactly build anything else, so we won't try. Raise army maintenance to full, so that we don't have any false numbers. So we could build an infantry unit, or we could build a cavalry. We are making a ducat, so I think I'm going to build I think I'm going to build a cavalry, actually, because even though it will be much more expensive, probably 0.75 ducats because of the fact that we are going to exceed our force limit, it's going to be crucial. So the Ottomans are still on tech free, which is excellent. Okay, now we can transport our army. If you're really good at micro, if you actually bother with a micro, you would, how do you call it? You would separate only one transport from your fleet and then leave the rest mothballed, but I'm too lazy to do that. And it only saves you 0.01 ducats or something like that. It's ridiculously small. It's not worth it. So, yes. Combine our armies and Thames, we're taking a tiny bit of attrition. It doesn't really matter. So recall our diplomat. And we can call in our allies in a reconquest war if we so choose. Listen, a bit of money, but that can't really be helped. So once we get Tech 4, we'll declare war, I believe. You're working for looking for one of 3 advantages against the Ottomans. Ottomans are against a very large power such as the Mamluks. You have a tech advantage, or you have a ally advantage in that they declare war on you, and you have Bosnia as well. Since Bosnia will not be bribed for land. So soon we'll be able to get our tech. Empire does run on paper. We should increase development there. You're going to be behind on admin tech for quite a bit because of this, but it doesn't quite matter. So we can declare war when we want, but first we should take Pike Square. Again, to actually wait until January to see if it changes the cost a tiny bit. Probably shouldn't, but yeah, I didn't, but it doesn't hurt us as well, so might as well. So call on your allies. Reconquest for Yana, because that is our mission. It really doesn't matter what you choose though. So set our form maneuver to siege. Fortunately, the Ottomans did not build a fort in Widin, which is excellent. So here we're at a numerical disadvantage, but since the Ottomans are at war with others, I believe they will, usually others will join in your war, and such as Karaman, or the Ottomans were already at war with one of them, so you shouldn't have too much of a problem with that. So as long as you hold Edirne and Constantinople for numbers, just drain down the Ottoman manpower, you should be able to win. Even though the Ottomans do start with more troops than you, they don't start with more manpower than your forces combined, which means that overall, cumulatively, you will win. At least, unless they stack wipe you, which is a distinct possibility. So send one troop to claim the war goal for our own, and start siege in Edirne. That's going to be a crucial province. Replace Serbia does not occupy that, since that is one of our provinces that we do want to take. Yeah, Serbia is going to get on the same day, so... Okay, so they're not going to Yana, so we should get that for our own. Which is excellent. We do not want any filthy Serbian to take our rightful land. We will not stand for it. So, yeah, the Ottomans are at war with someone other than us. So, diplomacy mode, Ottomans. So they're at war with Karaman and Ramazan, which is excellent. That means that we probably will survive, since they are gonna lose a good chunk of manpower there. They're gonna lose some troops, maybe even some regiments. But yes, that's just gonna be the bane of their existence. So Hungary is still attack-free, that's unfortunate. And our first battle. So we do have higher morale. They have a straight crossing because of our high maneuver. Hopefully Hungary should reinforce us, since we are losing. We usually end up losing because of the quality of Ottoman troops. You tend to take more casualties than the Ottomans, but win. However, it can go either way. However, you should always ally Hungary as opposed to Poland, because Poland and Lithuania won't help you. They can't do anything to help you. Well, they can in a defensive war, but that's the only situation in which they would be helpful, since they don't desire any land. That's something that changed in 1.17. Countries are less likely to want land and claim it, using the feature that was installed in Cossacks. So yes, they're less likely to do that. So reinforce our siege of Edirne, or siege down Witten, one of the two. Okay, so the Ottomans are going for another round, or not. So we're already at 7% siege. That is purely due to our general, basically. He's amazing at sieging, which might actually win us the war, since if you can take Edirne on really early, that would help. But this is mainly a war of attrition, and this is mainly about attrition, and a war of attrition and better generals, basically. It's a lot of this depends on the battles. If you lose a battle, you might be screwed. So let's not suicidally charge there, since we would instantly get stack wiped. Hungary does have a small delay. So, detach there? Or, okay, good. They're not doing anything stupid. So they're attacking me, okay. So hopefully everyone reinforces in time. They are on Tech 4, which is unfortunate, but we kind of expected that. So Hungary should reinforce. Yeah, they did. Okay. Pretty sure we were saved by one regiment there. That one regiment that, of ours that reinforced just before the Hungarians. Otherwise, that could have been fatal. So now it seems very likely that we will finish the siege of Edirne. Let's reduce some more exhaustion. We don't want it sky high. And the siege of Edirne is over. Fortunately, we can't move to Biga because of the enemy blockade. And I believe it is too late to hire an advisor due to how much we are in debt. However, the cavalry that we hired was certainly worth it. So right now we're just focusing on sieging out the last province with our 2 siege general and holding the straits, making sure that the Ottomans don't get past, and if they do, they take immense casualties and lose the battle, get sent back over. So we have a bit of ticking war score in our favor. That's good. And apparently, in the background, you can see that someone lost their war. Unfortunately, to the Ottomans. So the Ottomans didn't take all of the enemy, didn't take all of the Anatolian country, but took a good portion. So let's reinforce our Hungarian friends. Make sure that they don't lose, they don't suffer. Hopefully Serbia should reinforce. Hopefully. I believe it will be too late by the time. We have to hold out for 8 more days. They have a ton more morale than us, but it's possible. Oh, they actually did. And now the Ottomans are suffering from insufficient support. And we have much more troops there. So one of the things with the Ottoman army is that it's mainly cavalry based. So that's a large problem for them. And now let's see how much territory we can take from them. So it'll cost 49 war score. We need 35 technically, more points. So move to Edirne, prevent attrition, and also prevent that 12 stack from crossing the straits. You have to hold the straits at all costs because otherwise you miss out on a -2 penalty for their rolls. So Serbia goes in to help us, and so will Hungary. So now we're flanking them, and we should win this. Yeah, their morale is going down. Tons. But we're taking atrocious casualties. That's the cost of fighting a war against the Ottomans. Atrocious, sorry. So -26, that gives us a good 8 in favor. And there's 10 stack going towards Constantinople. So apparently with this peace deal, Hungary won't accept it. But there's nothing we can really do about that, since we're not going to give them further territory, as it is too costly for us. It will take too long to fight out the war. What we could have done is siege that province down and transferred it to Serbia, in fact. That's what you should normally do. Unfortunately, I did not think of this at the time of creating a video. However, next time you do this, transfer Witten to Serbia, and then the Hungarians cannot, like when you make the peace deal, transfer it to Serbia, and the Hungarians cannot complain that you didn't give it to them since they didn't own it. And then you lose no trust with anyone other than Serbia. And, well, who cares about Serbia? So we're absolutely crushing the Ottomans here. It's just numbers at this point. We're winning based off our 5k advantage. So they would accept the current peace deal, but we should demand Witten, reduce the trust loss, hopefully maintain the alliance. But if you're doing this, you should definitely transfer Witten to Serbia right before you make the peace deal with Hungary. With the Ottomans. So that Hungary loses 0 favors because they cannot take any territory. Serbia loses all 20, but as I said before, they're only 7k. They're not anything significant. So hopefully the battle in Edirne goes well. Okay, yeah, everyone is moving in. I suppose I'll move in as well, since this is my war. So once we win this battle, they should accept our peace. So then after this, I'm not going to take anything other than my cores. 1, because of unrest. Unrest is going to be extremely high due to war exhaustion, which means that we'll probably face a rebellion. 2, because of manpower, and manpower is extremely low right now after so many years of war. And, yeah. 3, because it will be at 100% autonomy, and so it won't be useful. We can't really take any other provinces for the Hungarians. I suppose that would probably be too much war score. 10 extra war score, I don't think we can do it. 14. But transfer it anyways. They don't want that, and they would certainly not accept that, so yeah. There's nothing we can really do. Take a bit of money, and there's your peace deal. Send it to the Ottomans, and that is how you get the Basileus achievement in 1.17. So in future versions, I will most likely talk about how to continue from here, but I won't make a full-on let's play like I did before with my 1.14 guide. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.